The other real big thing I would think I would have everybody in the room that's a business owner go through is there's been a lot of changes as far as just valuation. So if you haven't had an informal valuation done of your business just to see what it might be worth, I would go through that process. It's not very intrusive. It doesn't take a lot from you, but it's really good to see where you're at today coming out of the pandemic. Your value's probably changed. If anybody did PPP loans or ERC credits, any of that stuff, that affects your value. And most of it's positive. But it might be a case where you say, well, gosh, I didn't know I was worth that. Do you know of anybody that could buy me? That's where we've got a network as well that we can help with some of that too. But that's a really interesting one. There's some things that we kind of discover through that process too. Like, gosh, I've got a building. How am I taking my interest? Or I got this new loan. What can I now write off because I got that loan? Loan interest is going to be real big this year for you all too. If you have a loan, you're able to write off a little bit extra in this year now too. It's going to be a good year to be a business.
Does that also include SBA loans?
So it can, yeah. So the old calculation that they used to do, just to throw all kinds of little figures up here, it used to be EBIT, so earnings before interest and taxes. That used to be what they would say your interest on a loan, you can write off 30% up to that figure. Well, they gave us an extra treat. They added a duh to it. So they gave us a duh under the tax law. So now we get to write off against depreciation and amortization added back. That's some big money potential. So if you've been thinking about expanding and taking a loan on, well, you might be able to write off a little bit more this year because of that. Kind of slick. Yeah.
So you gotta have a good accountant who knows the code, right?
We have, so not the one thing I see, and this is attorneys too, because we can bash them because nobody's an attorney in the room. We'll pick on them a little bit. So what I tend to see with a lot of folks out there, CPAs, attorneys, CPAs tend to record history. They don't tend to write the history. So you need a good CPA, a good attorney that's going to help you write what you want to have as an outcome for the year, as opposed to going to them and saying, here's what happened, what can I do? You need somebody that's going to write that history with you. And let us know. That's where Randolph and I, we can chat. Nor too. Nor's in the back. I don't know if we introduced Nor. She's my go-to with Pacific Life. She's my wholesaler down here. So anything tough, throw her way. That's why we brought her. No, she's great. But yeah, we can get you some good folks if you don't have somebody. I love it. You made it through most taxes at night. This is great.